good as it smells. So let's give it a try. The butternut squash is quite sweet, so the bitterness and the flavours of the curry really complement that really well. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Curried Kitchen, and if you are new here then hello and welcome. My name's Alexis, and in today's video I want to share with you how to make my delicious roasted butternut squash with curried chickpeas. As I just mentioned, today I want to share with you how to make a really delicious roasted butternut squash with curried chickpea. This recipe is so simple and so easy, and I thought this dish would be really nice if you have vegans visiting this festive season, or if you are a vegan you might like to try this recipe as well. So the first thing I've done is I've preheated my oven to 200 degrees, and then I just basically chop the top and the bottom from the butternut squash, and then I slice the butternut squash in half. And now what I'm going to do is just remove the seeds with a spoon like so from the squash. So I'm just going to cut round the bottom with the spoon like so, and then just pull the seeds out like that. I find that the easiest way to get seeds from a butternut squash. I never like this job though because it's always a bit messy as well. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these into a baking tray, and I'm going to go and get some salt and pepper and some other ingredients, and I'll show you what I'm going to do next. Grab the salt and the pepper, so I'm going to add salt and pepper to the top of the butternut squash. So salt and pepper to your taste. You don't have to add it if you don't want to. And I'm just going to add a little bit of salt as well to the top of these. The salt will actually help with the sweetness of the vegetable and hopefully help to bring out the sweetness in the vegetable. So I would recommend the salt, but as I said, you don't have to if you don't want to. And then I'm going to add a tablespoon or two of olive oil to the top. So I'm just going to add 1, 2, like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread that over the top and in the little hole where the seeds were. Gonna spread the oil all around the top of the butternut squash, as I said, and then I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of maple syrup as well. So I'm just going to add 1, 2, like so. I'm going to spread that as well. And I just want to say that if you have enjoyed this video today and you want to see more, then please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you did really enjoy this video today, then please feel free to give it a big thumbs up. If you have any questions or any comments, then please leave those in the comments section below. Everything like that really helps me out, and I would really appreciate it. I'm just getting the last of the seeds out. And then what I'm going to do is just sprinkle a little bit of ground sweet cinnamon over the top, just to add a bit of sweetness to the base of our dish, like so. And I think what I'm going to do is just brush that in as well, and just brush that all around like so. And now I'm going to pop these into the oven for about 50 minutes. So it's like I'm cooking a jacket potato with these. These are quite large and quite solid mass, so they will need a long time in the oven. So as I said, I've preheated my oven to about 200 degrees, and I'm going to pop these in now for about 50 minutes, and then I will add the curried chickpeas, which I'm going to make while these are cooking in the oven. For the next part of the recipe, I have grabbed myself a large saucepan, and I'm going to put this onto a high heat on my hob, and then I'm going to add oil to the base of that pan, and I'm going to leave this pan to heat up. The pan is getting nice and hot, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1 onion to the base. So I've just peeled, sliced and diced 1 onion, and I'm just going to pop this into the base of the pan like so. And I'm going to fry this onion until it starts to soften. So I'm just going to continue to fry the onion. The onion has started to soften, and it's also started to go a golden brown colour as well, which is perfect, which is just what we want. I've turned the heat down slightly as well, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 cloves of garlic to this. So I've just simply peeled and sliced 2 cloves of garlic, and I'm just going to pop that into the pan. I'm just going to fry this for about 20 to 30 seconds or so. You just want to be able to smell it basically, and for it to start turning golden brown as well. You don't want to burn garlic because it's not nice when it's burnt, so you do want to keep it on a medium heat as well while you're cooking it. And I am starting to smell it now, and it is starting to go golden brown, so I'm going to add in the red pepper. So I have sliced the top from the red pepper, removed the core and the stalk, and then I just simply sliced and diced the flesh. So I'm going to pop that in like so, and I'm going to fry that until this starts to soften, and this will take a little while to soften, but do persevere, keep going, it will start to soften. So I'm just going to continue to fry this probably for about 5 to 10 minutes, I'd say, on a medium heat. Then I'm going to add in the chickpeas as well. So I have cooked off about 150 grams of dried chickpeas, which I would say is about a tin of chickpeas. You could use 2 tins for this recipe if you want to serve this to more people, but I think a tin is perfectly fine. Yeah, so I like to cook them. I like to use dried chickpeas, and I've done a recipe on how to cook dried chickpeas and dried beans, and I will link that in the description box below for you. So I'm just frying these off now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the spices to this now. So I'm going to add in a teaspoon of ginger, and then I'm going to add in a teaspoon of ground sweet cinnamon as well, or half a teaspoon I'd say, not too much of that, a little bit is fine. And then I'm also going to add in a teaspoon of mild chili powder as well, or you could use medium or hot as well if you want to. And then I'm going to add in a teaspoon of ground turmeric. And then I'm also going to add in a teaspoon of fenugreek. I think that's how you say it, fenugreek. It's a really delicious herb, and it's really good for you as well. Really helps if you're getting the old menopause, ladies. You know, coming up for that time of your life. It's great for that sort of thing, and also it helps you to feel fuller for longer as well. So, and I've also just added a teaspoon of dried oregano as well. You could use some fresh leaves if you want to. If you've got them growing in the garden, then you can always use those. And I'm just going to mix those together like so, and I'm going to turn the heat off now because everything is well mixed in. And once the butternut squash has been in the oven for 50 minutes, I will add this to the top, and then I'll put it back for 10 more minutes. The butternut squash is looking beautiful. It's really soft in the middle as well, so that's perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the chickpeas to the butternut squash like so. If I don't spill it all over the floor, that is. So I'm just going to put these in the hole like that, and then I'm going to spread the rest along the top like so. And I'm going to put these back into the oven for another 10 minutes, and then that will be our roasted butternut squash with curried chickpeas done. And I'm really looking forward to trying this because it smells so good. So I'm off to put this back into the oven, as I said, for about 10 minutes. So the chickpeas have been in the oven for a good 10 minutes, and I'm going to take these out and leave them to cool for a little while. I'm currently cooking some quinoa on the hob, so I'm going to serve this with some quinoa, but on Christmas Day you could serve this with roast potatoes and all the trimmings as well. As long as you haven't cooked the potatoes and all the trimmings in goose fat, then you'll be fine. So yes, I'm just going to take this out of the oven and leave it to cool. I'm going to try a little bit now. As I said earlier, it smells really good. So as I always say, I'm sure it's going to taste as good as it smells. So let's give it a try. Mmm. Mmm. The butternut squash is quite sweet, so the bitterness and the flavours of the curry really complement that really well. I'm just going to try that with a little bit of quinoa as well. Oh, it's lovely. It's really nice. Be lovely to have on Christmas Day as well, because it'll feel like you're having a roast, I think, if you're a vegan, or if you just fancy something a bit different over the festive season and you want to get away from meat, then I think this is a great dish to have. So yes, that is really yummy. So I'm going to have this for my lunch today, and I'm really looking forward to it as well. That's how you make this delicious roasted butternut squash with curried chickpeas, and that recipe I will link in the description box below for you. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be having this for my lunch today, and it smells and tastes so good, I can't wait. So for now, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!